Hey everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about everything project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. We are going to be doing some really fun things with some crazy neon blacklight responsive products today. We are going to have some fun. And I am in some desperate need of it. I don't know if you can tell, but I have had a day. I've cried some. Not like upsetting tears or anything, just it's been a day with emotion, and I really wanted to get on my YouTube and create a video and just have some fun with my subscribers and my viewers. And I just want to say thank you for clicking on it right away. I know I haven't even gotten into it yet, but just the fact that you're here joining me with this, it means a lot to me, so thank you so much. Before I go ahead and start my makeup, I will be showing you a couple of the things that I'm going to be using, because this is kind of just a play with me review kind of thing. We're going to try some new stuff. So the first thing I have are my pigments from Makeup a Murder. And I could not be more excited to try these. They look like this. They're little vials of pigments. There's a bunch of different, I don't want to drop them, so I'm not even going to do that, but there are a ton of different colors. Here's the other colors. And so there's 7 different shades. They are all neon. They are all blacklight responsive. This is the only one that doesn't really glow for me like the other ones do. The other ones are like blinding glow, And I want to really just pack it all over my face. Let's just like throw it everywhere. Also, my throat's acting up, you guys know. I was just crying, so I'm working on it. I also have a ton of Hydra liners from Suva Beauty. These are also blacklight responsive, and so I may be using some of those. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I had also picked up this, it's called Chemical X. I can't remember what the actual name of this product is, but you can put this with your powders, like your pigment powders, and create liners as well. So kind of the same idea as the Suva Beauty products. So I'm just putting that back for now. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because I want something that's a little bit of a different shade than the pigments themselves. I want it to contrast on my eye. So I think I may use the Suva ones. I also really want to play with those. So let's go ahead and start throwing some stuff on my face. I really do like contrast. I really do like dimension. I like jewel tones. I've not really worked with like neons and pastels. So this is going to be something very, very new for me. So please don't judge. We are just here to play. I'm going to grab a couple of brushes. I'm going to grab like a ton, just a random ton amount of brushes, and we're going to just play, because that's really what I want to do today, is just have some fun and enjoy. So I think what I'm going to do first is start off with this one. It doesn't have a shade on it. It just looks like a brighter orange. This one's like a reddish orange, or like a corally orange, and this one's like a bright orange. So we're going to use the lightest shade of orange first. So these come out with a silicone plug, and I'm just taking a bit of that on a Kleenex in front of me. I'm just scraping off whatever is on the stopper. I'm just like, you can see the difference. I'm like just kind of scraping it off onto the tissue, and I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to put this back in. These are incredibly messy, so I highly recommend you put them or keep them in their container so that whatever particles come off stays in here, and then clean that out. Excuse me. Or wipe them off thoroughly with a makeup wipe or something, or have a separate spot in your cabinet for them, so that if they do spill or something, you can clean it up easily enough, just for fair warning. So I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to take this brush. This is the EB13 brush from Sedona Lace, one of my very favorite crease brushes. It's very dense. It is not pinched at the ferrule, but it is a very dense brush because the bristles aren't super, super long. In comparison, this is another blending brush, really good for this upper area, but this is also not pinched, but the bristles are a lot longer, so they are less dense. These ones are shorter, they are more dense. Just so you know what I'm using. I've applied just Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion down. So what I'm going to do is use my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm just going to take that like all over my eye and underneath, because I'm just going to be, I'm putting this like all across my entire eye area. So I'm just going to blend this everywhere. I don't have any kind of idea of what I want to do. I just know I really want to play today and have fun and put all of these all over my face. So basically, you could use a sponge to do this. I just want to use my finger to kind of warm up the product against my skin. I should have pulled that down a little bit farther, but I will add more if I need to. Try to, if you're using the white base, try to make sure that you really blend the white base out, because you don't want it to be super patchy when you're putting those pigments on your eyes. So I had a bit of a day today. I'm not going to go into details or anything, but emotions got real, and I really, really wanted to play with this product. And I did have other makeup on. My eyebrows were done this morning, and I didn't want to wash all the makeup off my face, so I just used some micellar water, Garnier micellar water, and took most of my makeup off. But my eyes are very puffy, and my face is, as you can tell, like very red. So it's probably not going to look like the absolute greatest, but I'm just going to have fun today. So we're going to take some of this product, very little amounts. I'm not taking too much. And I'm going to start just putting that in this top upper portion. And I'm basically not blending it. I'm just placing it. Because I want this to be very bold. And then as I move over to the inner portion, which I'm barely putting any, I'm just going about to here. So I'm just lightly pressing and pulling, because I do want to still lay the product down, but I don't want to disturb it so that it comes off. I've never played with these before, so I'm not too sure, but I'm assuming that they act like typical pigments. So, and then I'm just blending out the top portion near the brow bone, because I want to add a little bit of like a yellow or something there, I think. And then I'm going to take this out quite a bit. So now I'm really pressing the color on and then pulling it out more this way. And I haven't put anything down here. So I think what I might do is grab a little bit of maybe my concealer. I really should have put like my face makeup on first, but I'm using a couple different concealers right now. One is in a project and one is not. And the one that I don't have in a project is the one I'm using because it is the lighter one, the lighter version. I just want to create a tacky base for the product because I want to make sure that it sticks where I'm placing it. And I don't need too much just yet. Just trying to figure out the layout. I have no plan, but that's the funnest for me, is when I figure out like what I want to do while I'm doing it. But then again, my videos take up, like, they're super long when I do it that way, but it's still a lot of fun. All right, so now I'm going to take this again and just start pulling it out this way. And I'm just working it up a little bit higher and a little bit more blended near. I really like how that's looking near the brow. This is very impactful, but it can be very patchy if you don't lay enough product down. And again, The base is drying. It's probably not gonna like stick super well if I leave it for too long. So just work fast or apply as you go. I was watching Queer Eye today on Netflix. Friends is gone, and I was watching that almost to completion again. I've watched it so many times, but I watched Queer Eye today. I'm trying to watch the whole like seasons again, all the seasons. I think there's like 5 now. And I really enjoy that show a lot. I really like it so much. Just needed something positive, and you know, they are so positive, those guys. I really enjoy the show. I like what they do for people. I like the kindness that people have on that show. All right, so this is really bold and crazy, but we're about to get more crazy. I think what I'm going to do now is go in. I'm going to do the purple shade next. Again, I'm just like winging all of this. I should have put these colors down first before I started the video, but I didn't know what I was going to do. I think I'm going to use a different brush. And this one looks perfect. So I'm going to use a short shader, but one that is like really fluffy. And I'm just going to place this all over my lid space except for like the really inner portion, but I'm just going to lay this all down on most of my eyelid. And it's probably going to fall underneath on here, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. You never know what you could create with something that happens from makeup. And it washes off. I'm not worried about it. It's just a little bit of fun. So again, pressing that in. I'm going to go a little bit higher than my crease. This is an absolutely stunning shade. I just hope my eye doesn't start tearing. They tear so much all the time. I love this shade. It's so pretty. Holy crap. And it lays down really nicely. It's blending in beautifully with the orange. Part of the reason why I haven't been editing my picture or my videos lately is because I want you guys to see how these things work in real time without me like fudging around with them behind the scenes and stuff. I have no complaints so far. I've only used 2 shades, of course, but I have no complaints so far. This side really has a lot of fallout. This side has like very little. If I were to wipe it away, it would look like a lot more, of course, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is and see how I feel. I could probably just wipe that away later or maybe use it and see how that goes. But currently I'm absolutely loving this purple shade. It's stunning. So now what I want to do is go in with a little bit of a more pencil-y blending brush. It's got a pointy tip on it. And I want to blend out this crease area, but I want to use the like orange, the deeper orange shade. So we went in with this shade already, and now I want to go in with the deeper one. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on the Kleenex, and I may have to go back and forth. Hopefully that works if I go back and forth. And oh wow, this is super bright. I just want to go between the two and create a slight ombre. I hope you can see this. I'm getting some fallout on the purple, but I'm okay with that right now. Again, I'm going to be cleaning things up and going back and forth and stuff, but right now I just want to blend this crease part out. It's definitely adding the depth, but it's not really like, if I pressed it in place, it would stick better, I think. Hope you can see that really good actually on this eye. And then I just want to blend those two together. So it's not lifting away. It's looking pretty good actually. Trust the process, people. We're gonna get there, I promise you. I'm really excited about how that looks. So I think what I'm going to do now is start on the inner portion. And for the upper part of the eye, I'm going to go in, I think, with the pink. Maybe I want to do green. I think I'm going to do green. So if you're not familiar with Makeup a Murder, they are an indie brand, and they just came out with a new eyeshadow palette called the Burner Phone, and I want it so badly, but I just ordered a bunch of stuff from Black Friday and in December, and yeah, I'm on a low buy, so I have to watch how much I'm buying. I'm allowing myself some things, especially from like brands that I don't normally buy from, which would be Makeup a Murder, but I still have to watch. I'm still trying to be really, really good about things. So I'm going to take another short shader brush, and I'm going to use the green. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of extra white on the inner portion just to really brighten that green up. Okay. And I think I'm gonna bring this all over the place on the inner portion of the eye area. So hopefully this works out well and doesn't screw me over here, but it's just going to be for fun anyhow. I have to remember that sometimes in my mind. Like, I'm always wanting to have a really good outcome, and sometimes you just need to give yourself time to play and get familiar with some products. So right now it's just about getting familiar and playing, but because the shadows are so beautiful, I don't want to disappoint you guys. So I'm just going to press this in on the inner portion of the eye. And I slowly want to pull this in to the other colors, but I want to make sure that I lay this down first before I do anything, because I don't want to overlap the colors on the brush. So I'm going to focus the color first. I do want to pull this through just a hint so that it blends in with the yellow when I apply the yellow there. So now we're going to go ahead and pull that green just a little bit into the other shades. I'm really thinking this looks funky. Like, I think with the lashes and the eyeliner and stuff like that, it's going to look pretty good. But it is going to be a really long video, and I sincerely apologize for that. I hope you guys are still sticking with me. Definitely should be editing videos like this, but I will down the road. I'm actually going to be posting a video about my channel and what upcoming things are going to happen. And so if you're interested in finding out more about my editing and that kind of stuff, like, I really recommend that you check that out, because there's, like I said, there's going to be some detail in there that gives you just some more information about my channel, why I don't edit, what my future plans are and stuff. So 2021 is definitely a year of using up what I have and slowly investing in things that interest me, that I don't have in my collection. And neon was a thing that I didn't really have a whole lot of at all in my collection. I had one inexpensive like Amazon neon purchase from like last year or something, or the year before, and I really wanted to up my game and get pigments and hydroliners and all that stuff, so I did that. So now it's time to work with them and play with them. I think what I'm gonna do is just focus a little bit more of this green in the inner corners, and then I'm going to blend out the edges there. I don't know that I'm going to do a whole mask, but I will go underneath a little bit after. But I'm just going to take my Morphe M433 and just blend out the edges of the green. And I will go over with a powder and stuff after to really smoke that edge out. But right now I want it to come toward the bridge of my nose, but I want it to still be focused in the eye area. I hope I'm making sense for everybody. So now I'm going to attempt, oh crap, I'm going to attempt to take this off. I don't think that this is going to work, but we'll figure it out. I'll just put concealer over top of that, I think. And then we're going to go ahead and do the bottom part of my eyes. So let's go ahead and work on that. I might do the rest of my face too, but we'll see. So I'm first going to focus, this is the one that I'm trying to use in my project. So this is the Naked Skin in light neutral. It's too dark for me right now. My skin is incredibly light. I have lost all pigmentation, all tan that I had from summer, and I really like my tan in the summer, but I'm very, very Irish in in the winter, and I'm very, very like Métis in the summer. I love it. Though I have those bloodlines in my nationalities, so I have a lot more. I'm a mutt, but those are like the major ones. I don't want to offend anyone, so please know that that was not to be offensive. It's just what kind of skin I have, but that's me. So that covered up really nicely. I'm just going to lightly blend that in the corner here, but I'm not going to go too crazy because I do want to pull the shadows down a little bit. All right. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of my Laura Mercier sample. I'm using this in my project sample, and I'm just going to throw that on underneath my eyes really quickly, just so that I have a bit of a catch-all kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes, and then I'll do the rest of my face after. I'm going to go in with the blue shade now, and I'm going to take that on the like outer portion of the eye and on the underneath, because it is one of the deeper shades. I'm trying to work really fast. I don't know what I'll get to, but I'm definitely trying to work fast for you guys. I'm so sorry this is taking a long time. And I think I will use... Oh, I do have another one of those. Excellent. I'm going to use the Sigma Short Shader E20 I probably have way more of these and I just have to go through my collection. I have so many brushes, it's pretty crazy. And I want to use a white base again underneath, just to sort of bring a little bit more of that pigmentation out in the neon. All right, and now I'm going to take the blue, I'm sure you can see the blue color on there, and I'm just going to dab this underneath my eyes. So these pigments are working incredibly well. I do really enjoy them. I think they're working pretty nice. I do want to blend out that blue part. I want to bring it out pretty low and then pull it up a bit. So I'm going to use a little pencil brush and I'm just going to start blending underneath this. And I'm kind of using the blue as the guide to where I want my eyeliner to go. But it does blend out pretty nicely for a pigment, honestly. These are wild. Like, they are super neon. I think the next color I want to do is again go in with the yellow in the inner portion of my eye. So I'm just going to take that same brush and put that over here. And you can see that blending it together, of course, if you're using color theory, you're going to get the green. So I don't even need to add any of the green pigment on there. It just blends so nicely from the yellow to the blue and creates its own green, which is fantastic and so easy. Like, look at that. It's so good. It's great. I love it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is do the eyeliner now because I want to try and like complete the whole face before I run out of too much time. So putting these extra brushes away, we're going to go in with, now let's just figure out which one to use. I think I'm going to use this blue one. I haven't used this one yet, so I'm going to go in with this blue one, and I just need to get a brush. I have a ton of brushes. I think I'm going to use this one. And my eye's starting to tear, so let's hope I can beat the fact that it's going to tear on me. So I'm taking a drop of water from my my little vial, and I'm just putting a drop of water, actually 2 drops, into the lid of the hydro liner. And then I take my brush and I just press it into the water until it gets saturated. And then you put that in your product to activate the area. Just so if you're putting water all in there, you're just going to create bacteria by just saturating it with water. So try to just use the amount that you need to create the eyeliner, and then you won't have issues moving forward. Just what I've learned from, of course, what they tell you to use at Suva Beauty. So let's go and do this. Oh my goodness. This is really fun. Like, this is a lot of fun. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and go back into the lid, saturate the brush again, and then go back into the product. So I can do the other side. It does dry pretty quickly, so you may have to go back in a few times, but it's better to use less water, like just what you need, than to oversaturate it. All right, let's try this again. Also, for the Suva Beauty liners, don't use setting spray or the mixing medium or anything like that. Just use water. It's just made for water.